Most people think the Constitution is boring, a 250-year-old history project. They think it is thousands of pages of legal gibberish. It's not. It's exactly 4,400 words. Think about that. You have signed an iTunes Terms of Service longer than the document that guarantees your freedom. I'm Bill from the Hill, and I'm holding a piece of history on my hand. This is from the original USS Constitution from 1797. The wood used for this ship was from Paul Revere. This isn't just a ring. It's a key to the machine. We're cutting through the DC talk, no jargon, no fluff, just the specs. The check engine light has been on for far too long. Now, I'm just a guy with a ring and a ringer. I've got an MPA. I spent years working for the House and the Senate. I've seen how the gears grind and how they get jammed. Let's get to work.
Yeah, Capitol Hill evidence, Bill from the Hill. Walk the halls of power, know the whole damn game. Bureaucratic assassin on the federal scene. Insider intake cutting through the static and the fear. Got the inside track on the evidence trail. Use Occam's razor, cut through the veil. Hey! Capitol Hill evidence. We're looking for truth in a complicated place. It's Bill from the Hill laying down the whole case. Yeah! Bill from the Hill! This is the deal!
Article 1. This is the engine, the legislative branch. In any machine, the engine is where the work happens. This is where laws are manufactured. The founders did not want a massive runaway motor. They built two cylinders, the House and the Senate. They are supposed to provide power to move the country forward. But look at the specs. If the engine is carbon choked with career politicians and lobbyists, the machine stalls. We're going to see why the engine was designed to be powerful but strictly controlled. If you want to be here when we take this whole motor apart in the coming days, hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss the teardown.
Ha! Almost there!
Article 2. This is the valet. The president does not own the car. We, the people, do. The valet is hired to follow the map the engine gave him. When the valet starts trying to rewrite the map, pick the music and lock the owners in the trunk. That is a mechanical failure. The manual gives the president very specific operational limits. It is time we check the gauges, made sure the hired help is actually driving where we told them to go.
As the valet, I'll need to steer this machine. Vroom! Let's go!
Article 3. The brakes and the alignment. The Supreme Court. Their job is not to tell you where to go. Their only job is to make sure the car stays on the road defined by the manual. If the car pulls too far to the left or to the right, the judges are supposed to align it back to the original factory specs. If the alignment is rigged, you're going to eat through your tires and end up in a ditch. We're going to spot a bad alignment job before this car falls off a cliff. Drop a comment below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the alignment in DC right now? I'm reading every diagnostic report that you good people post.
These judicial breaks are crucial for alignment. Indeed, we're keeping the system on track. Steady now, almost aligned.
Article 4. The repair kit. The founders knew that parts would wear out. Article 4 is your roadside assistance. The amendment process is how we update safety features like the 27 amendments, which we're about to dive into a little bit later. It's designed to be hard on purpose. You do not want a temporary political mood change. For instance, think of the transmission going out while you're doing 70 on the interstate. It is about keeping the machine road legal for the next generation without scrapping the whole frame.
Gah! This new machine has a flaw already. Article 4. Roadside assistance. We're all in this together.
Article 5. Now, Article 5 is the upgrade kit. It is the actual process for installing the new parts. It's the shop manual for how we change the Constitution itself. The founders knew this car would need to be updated with safety features eventually, but they made the installation process tough. You have to get 2/3 of the shop, Congress, and 3/4 of the owners, the states, to agree before you can bolt anything new onto the frame. It is there to make sure we don't let a backyard mechanic ruin a classic machine.
Shifting gears to the new way. Adapting at speed for progress.
Article 6 is the then and the title. It establishes a chain of command. This is the section that says the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. Think of it as a factory title. It doesn't matter if a city council or a state governor tries to change the rules of the road. If it contradicts the original title, it's illegal. Article 6 ensures no matter where you drive this car, the manufacturer's original specs are the final word. Article 7. Finally, Article 7 was the ignition. This was the start button. It laid out the rules for how the car officially hit the road back in 1787. It required 9 out of the original 13 states to sign off on the build before the engine could officially turn over. Once that 9th state turned the key, the American experiment was in gear and moving. This car was built, the title was set, and the engine was running. Now, it's our job to keep it from falling apart.
Nice day, it's alive!
If you're ready to stop being a passenger and start being the owner, hit the like button and share this with one person who needs to see this manual. I'm Bill from the Hill. I'll see you in the next series where we tear down the First Amendment. Let's get under the hood. Thanks for watching.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe! Come on, like and share this right now! Comment and subscribe, don't miss out!